Welcome everyone. There are thousands of citizens watching this right now. Of course I kid. This is Star in a reasonably priced Aurora MR, and today we have a very special guest. This is the Racers Special. Let's introduce our guest for today. When you're playing Star Citizen, you come across different kind of players. There are players who come, play the game, leave, come back. There are content creators who come up with information content for you, who keep you updated. There are people like me who create machinima, try to create stories in the verse. But then there is other kind of players who create emergent gameplay and create different game loops for everybody in the community to enjoy, that even the CIG didn't think of that. And today our guest is one of those people. She is so amazing, and she's a racer herself, but she has gone so far above and beyond, creating an amazing place for anybody who wants to race, not just professional people, but even common players like me. Amazing, entertaining events, ground racing, grab racing, space racing, Atmo, everything, even death races now. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Anzia Racing, please welcome our guest, EchoBit! Enjoy the music, enjoy the lights. I'm guessing that everybody's going so happy to have you here.
Hello everyone, it's good to be here.
I'm very happy to have you. You know, this has been in planning for a very long time. Now, I ask this to every single guest we have, but this will be very special because I wanted to know, how did you come across Star Citizen? What is your story?
So I was very skeptical, but it all begins back when Chris Roberts made and worked on Microsoft Freelancer. I used to play in racing servers and roleplay servers back then. And the game is very much like Star Citizen if you've never played it. It has jump gates to other systems, but it's only like a small map scale. So it doesn't have like procedural planets. Every time you go to land there, it's just a loading screen. And then you get a scene of where you landed. But yeah, I started there, and a co-worker of mine was like, hey, I picked up this game. And I was like, oh hey, I'm following that game too. And they convinced me to give it a try. So I had a look at the ships that were available, and none of them really interested me, but there was a community competition going on to design your own ship, and the community voted on which one they liked the most, and that ended up being the Redeemer. It has the most Gundam-like thrusters. Those nutcracker engines look like Gundam thrusters to me. So that was my first ship that I pledged for, and I joined in late 2016. So I took a while to come around to joining the project, but yeah, when I joined the game, I did a lot of research. I knew exactly which organization I wanted to join. I wanted to join the Southern Cross Alliance, and when I did, I discovered a lot of amazing people there and have made a lot of incredible memories with them since, and events.
Yeah, Southern Cross Alliance is a representative organization of people from Oceania. This is basically Australia and New Zealand. Am I correct?
Yep.
I'm correct, yep. Because that's how you introduced me to it. And Southern Cross Alliance, the name is very, very, it already explains it. I just had to explain it again. So it was 2016 for you that you really started playing Star Citizen?
It was, yeah.
And have you, I know now that you pretty much only play Star Citizen, but when did that happen for you? Okay, this is it for me. So did that happen right then or later?
Yeah, so around late 2016, I had finished with the previous game that I was playing. So Freelancer was one of them, but I was also heavily addicted to certain MMOs that shall not be named. I'd achieved everything there, and I decided that, yeah, I wanted a space MMO, so I went to go looking what Chris Roberts had done, and sure enough, he'd started a new project. And once I joined, that was it. That's going to be my main game every day for the next 10 years.
Wow.
That's just the sort of person that I am.
So you have not played any other game after that?
I'll play like some things like casual Steam games with friends,
Yeah.
or maybe a game that's critically acclaimed, but generally all of my waking hours go into Star Citizen every day.
Wow. That's... You know it inside and out. I'm just gonna quickly... Someone wanted to say hello to you. He's been waiting.
Hello, Summer.
He has won a few gifts from, prizes from Anzia for participating, and he's another pilot in training right now. Hopefully he will do better than his dad.
Unsure. We're unsure.
Alright, let me continue with the show.
It's just a matter of time. You can do it.
Yeah, no, he can definitely. Me, too old. I just enjoy behind the scenes, eh? That's what I like. But I will still participate. I mean, the events are so fun. Ground racing, always, 100%. I will be there. That's a fascinating story that you told me. So you've been through all the development cycles, and that's a long journey. When did you get into racing then? How did that start?
Well, racing is a thing that's a human concept. A free human concept. I think all of us are into racing, we just don't know it yet. So I've been into racing for a long time. It was only natural that I would gravitate towards racing in Star Citizen. I think it only took until early 2017 when I discovered that Southern Cross Alliance were the founders and creators of the Crux Cup race, which had been running since 2015. So I immediately signed up to volunteer for that and started practicing the racetracks.
Okay, so that kind of goes into what I want to ask you about the history of Anzia Racing. So do you want to go into that a little bit? Like, what is the history of Anzia Racing and how did you get involved into that? I know bits of it, but I think we will all like to know a bit of the whole story.
Yep. So Southern Cross Alliance was formed when it was just a Kickstarter, and Chris Roberts had initially asked to say, hey, I want to build this cool space game. And they immediately knew that they wanted to run the Bar Citizens for Australia, so they do that every year. They also wanted to run a racing competition, and Classic Racing was added to Arena Commander right out of the gate in 2015.
Okay.
So just after the Hangar module, when Arena Commander came out, Classic Racing was released, and they ran the first bracketed tournament in Star Citizen ever, called the Crux Cup. So they ran that for a couple of years, and then at the tail end of 2016, that's when I joined the game. By 2017, I participated as a volunteer in the annual Crux Cup races, and we ran it for every year up until the COVID pandemic at Arena Commander. But ultimately we wanted this race to grow. We all had this vision in mind to go to the Persistent Universe and make it a full-on esport competition with heaps of roles, more than just racing. So we developed a prototype track around 2021, and then for the next year we refined and built the Ahi Mahi ring, which was ready for 2022. And from there we raced around Horizon for the first time in the Persistent Universe, and we tested out what racing was like there, all the logistics involved, and we learnt a lot. And we took what we learnt and we've built on it year after year. The Crux Cup is a staple race in Anzia Racing that has been running for 9 years and coming on 10 years next year. And we're also adding new competitions. So we've got a sister competition to the Crux Cup called the Scarlet Apex. It's basically the Crux Cup, and that is a combat race. So if you prefer non-combat racing, you've got the Crux Cup. And if you like combat, you can go for Scarlet Apex. And we're building all of our competitions like that. We'll always build a sister competition. So for our ground races, we've got non-competition ones, and we've got non-combat ones, and we've also got combat races as well that you can go into. So that is the history of Anzia Racing, and it's just been a culmination of multiple organisations. It started with Southern Cross Alliance, but more organisations have joined us. So Hyperion, Vanguard Corporation, Frontier Consolidated also joined us. We form a committee that sanction and license all of these races and run them for the benefit of all good Star citizens. And a lot of content creators have also joined us. We call it an alliance of organizations and content creators. So that is what Anzia Racing is.
Yeah, it is very well managed, but that is a bit further down the line to ask you about it. Can I ask you, what is because I'm still learning about different races because my history is brand new, like it's been 3 to 4 months with you guys. What is the equivalent of the ground racing where there is no combat? Which race is that?
So the non-combat ground race is the Anti-Gravity Racing League at the moment. We're hoping to add some wheeled and tread competitions as well. And our combat races are the Warpath Rally, which is, we had to postpone this year, but we are looking to do it later in this year. And we also held the Mountains of Mayhem, which was originally started by Croncy. That is a combat race, just a no bars, no rules, well, low amount of rules, death race.
You know why I asked this? Because this is what I want. I want to race in my Cyclone on the ground without the weapons taking me out. That sounds like, hold on a second, have I missed it?
A wheeled and treaded non-combat race. We're hoping to test it out when Pyro comes around, when 4.0 is released this year.
Echo, why would you do that on a Pyro and make my life hard? What is this? Come on,
well,
just keep us safe.
It's more fun. You wait till you see what's in Pyro. There are so many cool moons in Pyro. They're gonna blow you away with the amount of variety there.
I haven't seen Pyro.
Yeah, let's look forward to that.
Okay, I haven't seen Pyro. I don't know much about Pyro. So I take my game one step at a time, and I'm very happy to just sit back and just enjoy bits of it, so that there's always something to enjoy. That's just the way I play. Now, Crimson wants to know, is there a solar race? I think his question is maybe, and I think this is a very cool concept, maybe a race which takes over all over the Stanton system. Oh boy. And I can already see problems. How are we gonna do that? How you keep tabs on everybody? Like where are the racers, right? I'll let you answer that, Echo.
Yeah, so at Anzia Racing we had to come up with our own timing tools. There's nothing built into the game. We had to program our own interfaces for timing, and I based mine off of sprint racing competitions. So if you imagine, like, some people build an iPad app which they enter a bib number into, and that is the race's time. It's very like that, but it's based on RSI handles and clicking names when they cross the start-finish line to record their lap. And then with some magical programming, it calculates what lap time they got, what lap they're on, and that shows that on stream for everyone.
Yes, that was the question I was gonna get into later. And I can already see it's a very cool concept to have a solar race, like starts on Microtech, then you have to go to a certain moon, go to an outpost, maybe pick up a box or something, or check with an official that to confirm that yep they landed, do a touchdown, jump up, go to the next system, repeat, and you have to travel the whole system. But it will be extremely impossible to keep an eye on everyone, like who is where, which race driver is ahead of someone, a pilot, sorry, and because I'm the camera guy, I'm thinking how you even telecast that. It's logistically will be very, very hard to do, but very cool concept. I think if the game reaches its 1.0 status, maybe that's when we are looking at that.
I think we can do it now.
Oh, geez.
Everything can be planned and organized for.
So you just
We
need
go
good.
bigger and better every year at Anzia Racing.
You need good staff, right? That's what you need. Really good, reliable people. Which brings me to the question. What I want to
Once
know.
you have good staff and good friends, you can do anything.
What I wanted to ask you: how many people are roughly involved in any of these races? Like, how much crew is absolutely essential for you? That okay, these are the numbers we need anyway.
So I would say minimum 10 racing officials. So we have that every time we run a persistent universe event. For Arena Commander, it's a little bit easier, it's lighter. Around 4 to 6 is enough. But generally, like, seeing 15 race officials and 30 support crew and 60 security and, you know, however many races, like 40 or 30 that we get, is a pretty common number for us at Anzia Racing.
So, I did completely a tangent. So I noticed this. Like, usually we have around between 30 to 50 people who are racing, or the race directors and the officials and the cameramen, and then you guys bring in the security people. Do you do that to fill up the server, to stay away from the griefers and all? Yeah, exactly.
Security
right. Yeah.
to plug up the server, and they're prioritized by, you know, how good they are at PvP. So we have good top PvP players join first and make sure they cover the airspace. We have designated security directors, assistants and leaders of organizations, all coordinating with their members. So it is a unique collaboration between multiple orgs, and they're all trying to protect the event and guard the event space.
It is really like you have to deconstruct an event to understand how hard they are to run. I always say machinimas are hard, but what you guys do in any event is like hard difficulty multiplied by 10 on steroids, because it is happening live. There are people who have been practicing for the event. There are hopes and people's plans, and if the event doesn't go the way it should go, it just gets you very, very, very bad rep, even if it goes down because of technical difficulty. Would love to get more into the racing content, but my org is too hooked into PvP, sadly. Well, Camo, it's not, I think I can answer that, Echo, that it's not really about if your org wants to participate. You can participate individually. It's not an org thing. Am I right about that, Echo?
Yes, so you'll be surprised to know that most races in the game come from a PvP background. So a lot of them are combat races, and then they discover racing in the game, and they realize they're really good at it.
And
so a lot of the winners of the Crux Cup and the Scala Apex are PvP players.
I'm a horrible pilot, as I've already said, but I'm looking to bring more pilots and support them. We have Lens Nation Racing team, and we might not win, but we are the most stylish team out there. We are like,
let's go.
Yeah, we are very fashionable too. We have our racing suits, our racing gear, everything is sorted. Okay, let's come back
Even
to
for flashy races, you got second in Anti-Gravity Racing League.
That was pure luck.
That's still really impressive.
That was very lucky. I really, the biggest, as I've said this to you many times, and as I say it every chance I get, the highlight for me was to be within 100 meters of Herb during Mountains of Mayhem for pretty much whole race. Just, I think, a couple of kilometers before the finish line, their team took us out with their tank. All right, so coming back, so we were talking about how many people are usually involved. So you've given me the bare minimum, which I asked you, but can you tell me how many people are roughly involved in these events? Like the bigger number, like this is how extensive it is.
Yeah, so obviously we have the player limit of 110 per server, but we book for about 200 per racing event. And then the Crux Cup, for example, was 7 race days. The Scarlet Apex is going to be 4 race days. And obviously we can't have all the same people every event, so overall it ends up being in the range of 300 to 500 people involved in any event.
What is the biggest number you've had in any race?
So I would say our biggest involvement would be about 400 races in the last Crux Cup.
Ooh.
And then there's officials and support and the whole lot on top of that, including CIG supporting as well.
That's what I wanted to ask you. What is the level of support that you get from CIG for these races?
They love emergent gameplay and appreciate all of the organisation that goes into something like this. They are always looking for events like us, from Anzia to XGR to Atmo Esports to PvP organisations doing 50v50s. Any events they love to get involved in. They have a great community team, so if you are an organiser, reach out to the community team or submit a support ticket to say, hey, I'm running this big event, would you like to come and support it?
Mm-hmm.
CIG will reply to you and say, yes, we'd love to support you.
So CIG races in, do they race in Crux Cup or the Scarlet Cup with the company team?
Yeah, so depending on their schedule, they like to race in Scarlet Apex. That's their favourite race. And then Crux Cup as well.
Have they ever won?
So last Scarlet Apex, we had a complete racing team made entirely of CIG employees. It was 7 CIG employees racing a Hammerhead. They haven't won Scarlet Apex yet, but
as they shouldn't.
have placed really well in Crux Cup. So in the luxury GP, we had Nobel and his 890J. He won that 890J racing class, and he also did really well in the 350R. And his team member in AX3, it was AX2. So Nobel and Lika CIG were racing together, and Lika absolutely smashed it in a P52. They placed on the podium, so it was really good to see CIG doing well there.
The answer I was looking was like, oh, they are horrible at flying ships.
They're gamers like us. They are horrible, but they can also be good after practice. And
Just
Nobel
like
comes every year to try and get better, and he is really amazing and has improved so much from when he began with us.
There's one thing that also a part of this that I want to touch upon is that your streams are flawless. The way you guys stream is 100 times more harder than what we are trying to do as individual streamers. Has ever there been a time like, oh crap, we can't stream, or some technical glitch has happened? Give us a good fun story so that I can feel good about myself.
If I had to think of a time where it was really scuffed, it was the very first Scarlet Apex race. We were missing all of our officials, except for Croncy and I. All of our officials were at, I think, Melbourne Bar Citizen. And Croncy and I just started the stream, and we did our best. It was just my point of view and Croncy talking about how the race was going. And we also used Discord for all of the cameras. We asked all the racers to use live streamed Discord, and Croncy would just tab out to Discord, then Discord would pop up and you would see him click, oh yep, we're looking at this racer now. That's how we did cameras back in the day, so don't feel bad with how you start. Just running the show is the most important thing.
Looking at the way you guys do the streams, it's also very motivating and inspiring to know that, you know what, this is possible. Well, they're doing it, so, or as Jack Carson says, how hard can it be? All you need is a hammer and stripes to go faster. Now, very important. I know I'll call you Anzia here and there, but Anzia is not just you. Can I hear, this is your chance to give shout outs to the core team here, Echo. Who are the people who really make up Anzia?
So the core team of Anzia Racing, the committee that manages and organizes all of this, is Southern Cross Alliance, Hyperion Vanguard Corporation, and Frontier Consolidated. So there's a lot of us organization leaders at that table that organize and decide when events should run and also sanction tracks.
It's really a kind of a democratic community event, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And the only race I'm looking forward to is Warpath Rally. That's my personal favorite. Okay, I'm gonna... But any guesses, guys, why Warpath Rally is my favorite race? Any guesses? Go crazy. Echo, do you know why I like Warpath Rally so much? Do you?
I might have some idea, yes. You want me to spoil it?
That's why. So this is the Warpath Rally logo, which Echo asked me to design the logo for Warpath Rally, and this is what I designed. And fun fact, this was designed live on one of these streams. So I actually did this live. I mean, that was a long time ago. Twitch must have taken that down by now, but there. So Echo gave me this as an appreciation. Put my name on it. So cool. And put my logo on it too.
Thank you so much for making that logo. It's beautiful, and Tint likes it a lot too. That's also something else in racing, is that we have merchandise. You can get your own t-shirt with your handle and your favorite racing number and your org logo on it, and support the event. It all helps.
It has prints everywhere, guys. It's not like cheap merch, like you have one sticker. It's everywhere, literally. Both sleeves, back, and let me say, it's really good quality t-shirt and really good quality print. Well, I might not actually ever wear it. I'll just keep it for show off. That's it. I've been doing it since yesterday. I still need to do
That's a pretty good issue to have.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm gonna do a photo shoot with this and then start showing it off on my Twitter. Now, so what I wanted to touch upon now, because we have had the t-shirt, we've talked about the t-shirt, we talked about the designs and interfaces, and look at your own avatar right now, right? You're not just a great pilot, not just a great pillar of community, you are a gifted graphic designer. You are an artist. And I don't think anybody can disagree with that. Everybody knows. What is your background in graphic designing? Because I know you're a developer in real life. Am I right about that? Can you tell us about that, if you don't mind, that is?
Yep. So in my virtual spare time, I like to program and do art. It's just something I've always loved doing, ever since I was a little Oni. So yeah, my virtual job is a web programmer, but I really do everything. Yeah, websites, graphic design, film productions, anything the company needs.
See, and you not just do it. A lot of people can say that, oh, I just do anything the company. You do it well. That is the exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. You really, and I'm not even exaggerating because everybody knows. We are very happy. Hey, I'm very happy to have met you and to be introduced to Anzia Racing and to the racing scene in general. Let's talk about ships, because this is Top Hangar. We're not here to talk about the boring life in Lorville or the oppression of UEE and the pressure of elections inside the Stanton universe. We are here to talk about ships and which go fast. Your favorite ship. Now, not to be confused with the daily driver. One favorite ship.
My one favorite ship in the game is the Aegis Dynamics Javelin, when I can steal it.
I did not see that answer coming. I did not see that coming. All right. That's a very big answer. Literally, very powerful answer too.
I'm one of the very first citizens in the game to have stolen it when Invictus was first implemented into the game in ETF. That's Evocati Test Flight.
Oh, wow.
I stole it, and then immediately within 2 hours it was hot fixed and patched out. Because I said to CAG, hey, I was able to steal it.
Okay, how does it fly? Can we have your review? Let's have your review, the top Hangar review of Javelin. Can you just...
It's the chunkiest ship you've ever flown.
Did you hear the chunky?
I flew it straight into New Babbage's atmosphere and crashed it into a bunch of trees. And then barely scraped tricording the ship outside of the atmosphere, but I could barely lift it off the ground.
Wow.
I was just arcing it around the circumference of Microtech. It was a huge effort just to get it relaunched back into space. But you heard it from me. When it was first implemented, it was able to be relaunched back into space, but with great difficulty.
So if we're talking about in Reclaimer's terms, how heavy, like how hard is it? Like multiply Reclaimer by what?
Yeah, like 200 times heavier than a Reclaimer.
Oh, I wonder how does Idris fly? Have you flown the Idris?
I have flown the Idris, and we've also raced the Idris when we stole it. We raced it around the Ahi-Mahi ring. It was about as fast as a Carrack or a Starfarer. It's not as slow as you think.
Wow, that's good. It looks definitely front heavy. Also, it's a very cool thing because I was not aware of this when I did the camera for you at the Open GP or the Pro GP, I don't know which. Seeing the Reclaimers racing was just something else completely.
It's majestic, isn't it?
It is. And they were my favorite because they were easy to chase. There was one C2 flying very fast in that race, very fast. Also, now that
the C2s back then, and I guess even now, are still very good. The thrusters that Crusader make are some of the best in the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them on as a sponsor. So let's see. Maybe they will give me some hammers. The thing is that now that I look back on that race and now that I do Twitch and all that, I'm slowly coming to know people. There's so many names that I remember now. Oh, he was there. Oh, she was there. Oh, I remember them. So it's like I saw Frozen there for the first time. I did not know him at that time. I saw Papa Juggernaut doing the commentary there. Did not know him back then, and he has already been on this show on the Aurora MR. So a lot of people come to the events, which is who's who of Star Citizen pretty much. Also, when you did the Pulse Alex Exhibition Expo, I was just behind Salty Mike. So that's something. Let's punch the chair on that thought. Yep, there we go, done. Let's not jinx it.
Racing unites everyone. All you have to enjoy is going fast. That's it.
No, Pulse Exhibition Expo was amazing. That was where I participated for the first time. Okay, now your favorite daily driver.
My favorite daily driver will have to be the Anvil Carrack. You can't go without a respawn platform wherever we go.
Now that is coming from a racer.
We test non-combat racing. Yep, we need regeneration wherever we go. So the Carrack is my most flown ship.
That makes total sense coming from a racing point of view. You do need the logistics to race with. Now, where do you call home in the Stanton system?
So I would say that Horizon is my favorite home planet in Stanton. It's because I invented the Persistent Universe racetrack there first. I made the Ahi-Mahi ring out of the industrial buildings, linked them all together and ran the Crux Cup there for the first time. And to run it in a cloud city is just so incredible. It's such a beautiful place. I'm very partial to Horizon because of that.
It's the way you say it, because we all just say Horizon and you're saying Horizon. I like the way that you say it, Horizon. Oh yeah, where are you from? Horizon. Can you say Lorville in a fancy way? Like, how do you say Lorville?
Lauderville.
Lorville. Come inside. Oh, Echo, we didn't do our anthem. How come we did not do our anthem so far?
Oh no, I don't think I can do that.
We have to. For a couple of days, that's all that was happening on my streams. Okay, how does it go? Remember? Shaka naka 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 kushi tan tan. Shaka naka 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 kushi tan tan. Shaka naka. Crimson, cringe. Echo, I have to hear it from you. Go on. Come on. You have to do it at least a couple of times. Your turn.
Alright. Shika naka 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 koshtan. Shika naka 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 koshtan. Shika naka 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 koshtan.
Is it
Yeah.
is it one? Is it shaka naka 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 koshitan or is it shaka naka naka koshitan tan? Is it tan tan or just
I'm not
one
very
tan?
good at it myself.
Okay, I think it is
Of all the
twice.
talents I have, maybe keeping rhythm is not a great one.
Oh guys, in the chat, this is what we were doing for 2 days straight. Everybody would come and we will just start doing the shakinaki. Alright, what do you say that we jump into the game and do the lap now? Here we go.
And we're off.
Oh, beautiful. Here we go. And she is already too far for the camera to chase, but I shall do my best. This is a very secret track, ladies and gentlemen, and the citizens of the world. That is beautiful. You will occasionally hear my game telling me that I'm flying in the wrong direction. She's going through the fists of Robert right now. You cannot actually see them properly from this angle. Coming to the Juggernaut Junction, named after Papa Juggernaut, who crashed here twice at the same spot. How is it going, Echo? Are you concentrating very, very deeply?
Racers are always concentrating. Then I can words.
Yeah.
I should probably race.
Okay, I will keep on the commentary. It's just a tradition that we love to chat. And through the drums, full throttle there, and the cameraman is lagging behind. This is now the high-end production where Oleg Lime would be able to chase from the front. This is the camera on budget. Oh, beautiful cornering there. People usually get lost here. Space Coder actually got lost on this section. We still haven't found him yet. Through the Crambon crane, named after Mr. Kraken. Ooh. She will get 3 chances. So everybody who comes here, they get 3 chances to do a lap. And it's a standing start, so that's why it is called a cold lap. Almost at the finish line. One of the technical corners going left and up. There she goes. How beautiful is that Aurora looking right now? And through the finish line. Let's go to the lab board. Okay, now before we go any further, a word for the sponsors. As I said, this episode of A Star in a Reasonably Priced Aurora MR is sponsored by Drake Chair. We all know that we love the feeling of home, the feeling of familiarity. It can be your old clothes that you love to wear. It's the same coffee cup with coffee stains on it, or a 5-year-old mouse with your fingerprints clearly embedded on it. We always like the feeling of home. And I know it, citizens. I know it very well. When you look at the chair of your ship, you look at it and how badly damaged it is. It's in rags, it's in tatters, and the impression of your rear clearly imprinted on its foam. And you look at it and you say, I wish this chair was in every ship that I own, even if it was your brand new Gladius. And that's why Drake Interplanetary have come up with the best chair ever. As it says, feeling of home, comfort of work. 100 scientists in Drake Interplanetary have masterfully crafted, cut it, torn it apart so that it gives you that feeling. So if you want the comfort of home and you really want to feel Drakey in every ship, look no further. Get yourself a Drake chair. And thank you so much to Drake for sponsoring this episode. And now let's get back to our guest, Echo. Do you enjoy the Drake chair, Echo, if I may ask?
I like the Drake chair because you can punch it and it's gonna stay wrecked. It's already wrecked.
Yes, it is very masterfully designed, if I may say so.
It's immune to being wrecked.
It cannot be wrecked. It comes with a couple of cockroaches as well as complimentary with every single sale that they do. By the way, every single episode is sponsored by a different sponsor from Star Citizen. Let's do the lap. Okay, now here it is. She's the first one But I'll still ask her, where do you think you'll come?
I guess
Yeah.
right now it's first place, but I'm keen to see how everyone does
So
10 episodes from now with races.
that'll be great. Which racers are you looking forward to, or you feel that, they might be a challenge? Which races are those? I know you might actually.
I know that Tint and Splin and Steve CC will kick my ass. And I think Sniffy Joe Bob from Omega Aerosports would be interesting to see in an Aurora.
Well, I have spoken to Splen, and I think he will come soon. Also spoken to Neojet and a few other racers. I would love to bring them and populate this leaderboard, because that's what it really wanted to be. Like, once you have 6-7 people who have done it, then it starts to build up. Like, then people want to see, okay, where are they coming? And then I want to see the feeling, are you leaning in your chair to see where you're gonna come? Guys, just to show you the normal leaderboard that we have, that's this one. So far we have had Red's Resort, who did 212. Then we have Mr. Kraken, who got lost 4 times on the track, 228. Space Coder, who crashed in the very first crane, 232, and Papa Juggernaut, who crashed at the same corner at the same location twice, and that corner was named after him, 248. These are the times we've had so far. But of course, the races are a special breed, so I'm keeping them separate. 141.010.
And I'm not the fastest, so stay tuned for more episodes to see more fast races.
Yeah, and just to tell you guys, the first lap that Echo did, she did it in 146. Then the second lap she did was in 141.079. Look at the improvement. She went from 141.079 to 010. That is amazing. I knew that with racers I will have to go to larger decimal spaces at a
You
per.
will absolutely need to go to milliseconds.
Yeah, I will have to go to. I will not be surprised if I start getting ties on this track, like a draw, and then I will just give it to the person I like better, which is lens bias. Come back to the mainstream. All right, guys. So this was the episode with a racer for the first time in the Aurora MR. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and really thank you so much, Echo. I've been looking forward to this. She destroyed the racetrack.
Thank you for having me, Lens. And if you're enjoying the stream or enjoying this on YouTube, subscribe, give Lens a follow, and stay tuned for more races coming in future episodes.
Really hoping for that. I'm actually looking forward to bringing so this is there because there are 2 different parts of this show. There is where we have the racers who race and set really high lap times, and then the other side of the lap board where we have content creators come and just have fun with the Aurora. And in that, Echo was so fast today, she actually destroyed our track. We are currently rebuilding it. It will take close to 1000 Alpha UEC and a lot of cheap labor from Lorville, but we shall be back in the next episode with better. Echo, it was a pleasure having you, and it not just for the stream or doing the Aurora MR to know you, but do take it as appreciation of what you do for the community. Do take it as an appreciation for what you have, the effort that you put into Anzia Racing. Also as a personal thanks for all the help you've given me, because you always are very positive with feedback. You have helped out some technical stuff. Take it as a thank you, a massive 07 for everything that you have done, Echo. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem, and to many years ahead. Let's have more fun racing together.
And on that tally torpedo, this episode comes to a finish. This was the very first in the Racers special star in a reasonably priced Aurora MR. We'll be back very soon with another episode. Stay there, fly safe, see you in the verse 07.